Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the channel. Good evening, wherever you are. I wanted to make this video as a PSA for resellers. Every January that comes around, a ton of Facebook groups and Instagram and social media, they put out content about and questions and posts about taxes and how do I know what I owe in taxes? What can I deduct? Do I have to file taxes? I only did this much, blah, blah, blah. You guys know what I'm talking about. Everyone puts out these posts. And if you take a minute and you read through all these comments, you will see so much bad information. This is just a PSA for you guys. Please do not get your information from Facebook groups or Instagrams or Twitters or TikToks or MySpaces. Please get your tax information from a licensed CPA accountant or a tax attorney. That is the only two people who are licensed, registered, and all that good stuff to give you official tax advice. I give you tips and tricks that I use for myself, which I know for a fact are accurate based on my CPA's help, which is Mark II, not your dad's CPA. He is a licensed accountant and a reseller himself. He is an expert in e-commerce and online sales and taxes. If you want to get your information from him, he is doing a live free virtual show on Monday and Tuesday, the 22nd and 23rd. I will link them in the description at the top. All you have to do is click it and click reserve my seat. It is 100% free. I believe if you can't join him, there is a replay. When you click it and reserve your seat, it will email you the information with the time and the replay information and all that. But please do not get your tax information from anyone else, even me, if it's direct tax information. Now, the basic tips that I give you are okay. They are legitimate. These are known facts. For example, the IRS is not sending 1099s for $600 and over this year. They delayed it. They're keeping the 20,000 and 200 transactions for this year. That means whatever you did in 23 that you're going to file right now in 24. You will not receive that 1099 unless you did over 20 grand and 200 transactions. However, and that's per platform. However, you are required to report all of your business income and activity no matter what you did. $100, $600, $1,000, $1 million. There are some states that are exceptions and will still send it to you even if you didn't hit the 20 grand because you went over the $600 for their state threshold. This is federal taxes, you guys. So that is one piece of information you can take to the bank. No pun intended. The second piece is that it is all platforms. It is PayPal, it is Cash App, it is Venmo, it is eBay, it is PayPal, Poshmark, Amazon. They're all required to follow this. It is federal law for that tax threshold. However, if you receive money, Venmo, from pizza money from your friend for last night, that is a personal. Anything you did personally is not deemed as income and can be zeroed, basically what we call zeroed out, but deducted out of that. You do not have to include that in your business income. If you sold a personal item, like an old t-shirt that you paid 50 bucks for back in the day and you sold it for $10 at a flea market or garage sale, you have sold that at a loss. You can report that as a loss. If you do not have the receipts for it, the IRS will accept reasonable evidence. Okay? You need to talk to your CPA about that one. I can't really give you a lot more details on that. The final piece of information I'm going to give you guys is that if you are buying things in cash at garage sales, estate sales, yard sales, or otherwise, what you need to do is go to Walmart, go to Office Depot, go to Staples, and buy one of those $5 invoice books, those receipt books, right? They have like 1,000 receipts in them. When you go to your yard sale or your estate sale, anywhere that doesn't give you a receipt, estate sales generally have a credit card machine and receipts nowadays, so that's pretty easy. But if you're going to like a garage sale here in my neighborhood and I'm going to pay $5 for something, write it down. Write it down what you bought, what the date is, and how much you paid. And I even like to add a little note of the road that I'm on or the neighborhood or whatever. It's super helpful, right? And you have a copy of the receipt. You have proof of what you paid for it. Some people like to go to the ATM in the morning and withdraw $100 and keep the withdrawal slip, and they'll staple that into the invoice book. I think it's probably overkill, but that's cool too. That way you have a paper trail. Generally speaking, unless you're doing tons of money, the IRS is not going to audit you. I have done this for 18 years. I do my taxes myself. I had help from a CPA to learn. I now know how to do it like clockwork. I don't need the CPA's help. Sometimes I'll have them look over stuff. With that said, I've never been audited. I've never had a problem, and all my numbers are in line. And in the event that you do get audited, I don't have a worry if they audit me. I have every receipt. But you'll be able to provide them. They're going to say, hey, looks like you spent $800 on cost of goods, but you only have credit card receipts for $100. Where was the other $700? You're going to go, oh, I pay cash at yard sales and garage sales. Here's my receipt book. Any IRS agent's going to look at that and that record and go, sweet, you are good to go. Again, I can't give you tax advice and financial advice, but that is the way, from what I have heard from CPAs and tax agents, and my mom, who was actually a tax agent, that is the way that it works, okay? So keep your records, keep everything in line, have all your numbers, be prepared, and come to the show Monday and Tuesday, virtual show with Mark II, Not Your Dad's CPA, licensed CPA, reseller, and e-commerce expert. It is completely free. Please reserve your seat before the end of the weekend so you do not miss out, as those seats will fill up and they will close. The registration will close. It happened last year. You'll do it again this year. Get it. It's linked below. I will also put it in the very first comment that I pin to the top of this video. Mark II, Not Your Dad's CPA. Great guy, knows what he's doing, and he will be able to answer more questions for you on Monday and Tuesday. Please do not get your tax information from Facebook groups or Instagram or TikTok. You have to remember, some of those people don't know what they're talking about. They're uneducated. Some of them are brand new and they are relaying information they got from somebody else that's bad information. And some of them are just pure nasty troll people who are there to screw with people and post the wrong information on purpose because they think it's funny because they're little 12-year-olds in their mommy's basement, or they're grown adults who think they're 12 years old in their mommy's basement. Do not listen to that information. I promise you, 80% of what I see is wrong. It's scary. Okay, that's my PSA, that's my rant, and that's my message for today. Monday and Tuesday, the 22nd, 23rd, there will be replays. Go reserve your seat. Get all your tax information and your questions answered. Also, last one, eBay and every other platform, every person that issues 1099s, if you haven't got it yet, either you're not getting it because you didn't hit those thresholds I just told you about, or they have until the 31st of January to issue it to you digitally. It will show up in your eBay messages or under your eBay documents section. They have until the 31st of January. So if you haven't got it yet, hang around and wait, because you will get it by the 31st. If you don't have it by the 31st, then you can reach out to them or anybody else. Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button. Like this video. It helps the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel for future videos. And until next time, I will see you guys later.